We are going to find the mean of the given data using assumed mean and without using assumed mean. So the original question is just having the class interval, which we have here, and the frequency. Finish. That's all. All the other columns we have, this column, this one, this, and this, we are all figured out by the student, let's say by me. So the question contains only class interval and frequency, and we are told to find the mean using assumed mean and also without using assumed mean. So what do we do? So here we have a group data. You can see the grouping is here 1 to 5, 6 to 10, and so on. So how do we find the mean in two different ways? Number one, you have to find what we call the mid mark or the class mark, the mid value, mid mark, or the class mark. So how do we find mid mark? The mid mark is this one we have here. This is the mid mark, and it is found by adding the class limits. We have lower class limit, upper class was limit. So we add them and divide by 2. 1 plus 5, 6 divided by 2, 3. 6 plus 10, we are going to have 16 divided by 2, 8. 11 plus 15, 26 divided by 2, 13, and so on. So now we have three columns, 1, 2, 3. We are going to find this fourth column, which is called cumulative frequency. Cumulative frequency. And how do we find it? Put the first frequency down, then to get the subsequent frequencies, we add in this pattern. So we put these two down here. 2 plus 5, we have 7. 7 plus 8, we have 15. 15 plus 10, we have 25. 25 plus 14, we have 39. 39 plus 6, we have 45. 45 plus 4, we have 49. 49 plus 1, we have 50. Now, if you add all the frequencies and you get this summation of frequency to be, let's say 50, like we have here, then the 50 which we have here must be the same 50 we are going to have as the last number under the cumulative frequency column. So by the time you do your cumulative frequency, the last number you will have should be the same thing as what? The summation, the addition of all the frequencies, 50, 50, must be the same. So then we've done that. Now let's go back to the formula for mean of grouped data without using assumed mean. It should be summation f times the mid value all over summation f. So we have to find f times mid value and then add all together, then divide by the addition of the frequencies. So you do it this way: f times x, f times x. So when we multiply 2 times 3, 6, 5 times 8, 14, 8 times 13, 104, 10 times 8, 18, 180, and so on. So here we have all the f times x here up to this point. So if you add all of them, it will give you summation fx. You can put your m here, which is what we have here. You add all of them, you have it there, 990, 990. Summation f is your what? 50, this one. So add all the f, you have summation f50. Add all the fx, you have summation fx, which is 990. And when you do this calculation, you have the mean, which is denoted by bar x. The mean will be summation fx over summation f, which will be 990 over 50, and we have 19.8. So what if we are to find the mean using what we call assumed mean? We have to be equipped with the formula for finding mean using assumed mean. So the mean will be assumed mean. So A stands for assumed mean. Assumed mean plus summation FD. You know the F, which is what we have here. We are going to find the D and then find FD all over summation F. So our table will also contain D, which we have here, D, right? To help us find the mean using assumed mean. It will also contain FD to contain FD. So that we can now find summation FD and we find our mean using assumed mean. Now, What's our D? Our D is the X value we have, the mid value we have, which is what we have here. Mid value minus assumed mean, that's D. The D here means mid value minus assumed mean, or class mark minus assumed mean. You can call it mid value or class mark. Now, how did I pick? If you watch, I'm having these are the mid values 3, 8, 13. Like you have a 3, 8, 13. So how come my assumed mean is 18? How did I pick 18 as my assumed mean? You can call it assumed mean or working mean. So where did 18 come out from? Now, to find assumed mean of a group data, one cheap way to do it, look for the median class. Look for the median class. All we have here are classes. You can see them 1 to 5, 6 to 10. Which one is the median class? To find the median class is cheap. Just calculate summation f divided by 2. Summation f is 50. If you divide by 2, you have 25. So to find the median class, you do summation f divided by 2. Okay, now we have 25. What do we do with the 25? And what do we do with 25? How do we use 25 to find the assumed mean? Now watch. Go to the cumulative frequency column. Check which of the cumulative frequency is the smallest bigger than 25. If you watch from here to here, they are all smaller than 25, right? If you watch from here to here, we even have 25. So you will check which one is actually giving you 25 or the smallest bigger than 25. Which of the cumulative frequencies is equal to 25? If there's no equal to 25, then find the one that is the smallest one bigger than 25. So had it been here is 24, we'll say, oh, none of the cumulative frequencies is 25. Therefore, we are going to look for the smallest one bigger than 25. This is the smallest one bigger than 25, 39. So from 39 to 50 are all bigger than 25. But this is the smallest one bigger than 25. But since we have 25 on the dot here, then we're going to pick 25. That class that has 25 is called the median class. So the median class is the class of 16 to 20. So again, check the cumulative frequency column. Check which value you have there that is equal to fx over 2. We have it here 25. That class is called the median class. And then the value of the x will now be our assumed mean. But if there is no 25 on the dot, you will now check the one that is bigger than 25, but it should be the smallest bigger than 25. That would have been 39. So now our assumed mean is 18. It should be the value of the class mark. The assumed mean should be the value of the class mark. Again, let's do it. 50 over 225. Go to cumulative frequency. Any 25 there? Yes. Therefore, this is called the median class. And then the class mark of that median class is the assumed mean. But if there's no 25 there, let's say we have 21, then we are going to look for, check all the numbers bigger than 25 that we got. Which one is the smallest? 39. This would have been the median class, and this would have been the what? The assumed mean. But thank God we have 25. So assumed mean is 18. That's how I got 18 here. So the value of D will be class mark minus assumed mean. So each of the class marks, each of them minus the assumed mean, that will give us this. So this we have here our D. So all we have here are our D. So we know D. So we can find FD. FD simply means F times D. So F is 258. This is D. So FD means 2 times minus 15 minus 30 and minus 30. FD means 5 times minus 10 minus 50. FD means 8 times minus 5 minus 40. And that will get the FD. If you add all the FDs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, you have the addition, the summation of the FD, and that will be 90. Everything here is 90. Then we'll go back to the formula. You must know the formula for finding mean using assumed mean. So the mean will be assumed mean plus summation FD. So you find FD. When you find FD, you add all the FDs. So when you find FD, you add them. That will give you summation FD, which in this case is 90. If you add all the F, summation F, add all the F, summation F, that will be 50. So you follow the formula, assumed mean plus summation FD over summation F, and that will have 18 plus, if you divide, you have 1.8, and then you add 18 plus 1.8, that will give you 19.8. So the mean should be the same, whether you use the formula for assumed mean or just the straight formula. You should have the same value for mean. So that's how to find mean of a group data using assumed mean. So we now know how to find assumed mean for a group data, right? So thank you. See you in the next video.